Hello, Yankees universe. Welcome back to your go-to channel, New York Yankees News Network. Today, we have 3 jam-packed updates about our Bronx Bombers, which have surfaced or come to our notice just a few hours ago. If you are a true Yankees fan, you don't want to miss these updates. And yes, before we start the video, we request you to, if you are new to the channel, then don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can stay in the loop with all the latest Yankees news. Update 1. Shocking Yankees free agency decisions. Goldy's future plans and performance breakdown. Our first major update centers around first baseman Paul Goldschmidt and his future plans after his one-year $12.5 million pact with the Yankees. Fans, it appears Goldschmidt is not ready to hang up his spikes yet. He simply stated, "I love playing," indicating his clear intention to return for what would be his 16th Major League Baseball season in the year 2026. Now, how did Goldy perform in his single season in the Bronx? It was certainly a year of significant change and some ups and downs for the man who turned 38 in September. The 7-time All-Star and former National League Most Valuable Player in 2022 adopted a far more contact-heavy approach at the plate in 2025. His strikeout rate dramatically dropped from 26.5% in 2024 to just 18.7% in 2025. He also made contact on an impressive 86.0% of pitches in the strike zone, up from 79.8% in the previous year. This new approach led to initial success, with Goldschmidt batting .338 with a 148 weighted runs created plus, or WRC plus, through the end of May. However, June was a brutal slump, where he hit only 143. While he recovered somewhat from July through the end of the year, his full season batting line of 274 divided by 328 divided by 403 was unfortunately only valued at a 103 weighted runs created plus, essentially league average. To put that in perspective, the collective weighted runs created plus for all first basemen in 2025 was 109. On the defensive side, his year was serviceable. He posted -1 defensive runs saved, or DRS, and -3 outs above average, or OAA, which, as the script states, provided a stable presence at the cold corner following Anthony Rizzo's decline. Crucially for the Yankees, in the postseason before they were eliminated by the Blue Jays, Goldschmidt ultimately started just 2 of his 6 games, ceding playing time to Ben Rice. Looking ahead to the offseason, despite the overall decline, there is a silver lining that could make him highly sought after: his success against left-handed pitching. Against Southpaws, Goldschmidt was phenomenal, batting .336 divided by 411 divided by 570 with a 169 weighted runs created plus, with a tiny 11.3% strikeout rate. This platoon potential suggests he could still command a 1-year deal, perhaps with a slightly lower guarantee than his Yankees contract, especially for teams that miss out on top free agent first basemen like Pete Alonso and Josh Naylor. So Yankees Nation, what do you think? Should the organization consider bringing Goldy back in a platoon role given his success against lefties? Let us know in the comments below. Update 2. Cashman and Boone gone? Yankees fans demand major shakeup after Ald's exit. Yankees faithful, let's dive into the burning question that's dominating every fan discussion right now. The fate of Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone after another heartbreaking, disappointing season that saw our Bronx Bombers eliminated by the Toronto Blue Jays in 4 games in the American League Division Series. It's an absolute gut punch. With a roster that included massive talents like Cody Bellinger, a great addition, Max Fried, who had a stellar year, Trent Grisham, who had a career season, and of course Aaron Judge, who had another most valuable player caliber campaign, the team never seemed to reach its full potential. And now, we go another year without a World Series ring. Plenty of things can be blamed for this early exit, but manager Aaron Boone is the one predicted to wear the burden. Interestingly, after the final game, Boone shared that he was under contract and had absolutely no concerns about his job security. However, Chris Landers from Fansided was quick to predict Boone would be fired, writing, "Sometimes enough is just enough." Landers argued that after nearly a decade of diminishing returns, the Yankees are, if anything, getting further away from getting Aaron Judge over the hump in his prime, demanding a change or some sort of shakeup, with Boone being one of the only available options. Boone's key decisions are definitely being scrutinized. Critics point directly to his unwavering decision to stick with Anthony Volpe through his struggles all season, which may have been a key reason the team failed to win the division, finishing tied with the Blue Jays in the win column but not holding the tiebreaker. Furthermore, his bullpen decisions are also being heavily criticized. For example, in Game 1 of the Wild Card Series, Boone pulled Max Fried during a shutout, and the Yankees immediately surrendered the lead. These are the kinds of calls that truly make the fans question the leadership in the dugout. The job security of both Boone and general manager Brian Cashman is being called into question, while some, like The Athletic, suggest both are likely safe, arguing the Blue Jays might have simply been the better team. The fans have certainly made their voices heard. A recent poll asked The Athletic's readers about the fate of the two. Should they fire both, keep both, fire Boone and keep Cashman, or fire Cashman and keep Boone? The results show the fans are certainly far from a consensus, but the most popular answer, with 41% of the votes, was to fire both Boone and Cashman. 26% voted to keep both. Of the voters who were split, Boone shouldered more of the blame, as 21% voted to fire Boone and keep Cashman, while only 12% voted to fire Cashman and keep Boone. This clearly shows the fan frustration is primarily aimed at the manager. So Yankees Nation, which camp are you in? Clean house and fire both the general manager and the manager, or is it better to keep the status quo and hope for a better result next season? Remember, it's been a long 16 years since we won a World Series. Let us know your thoughts below. Update 3. The Judge controversy. Is Aaron Judge an all-time great Yankee without a ring? Yankees Nation, let's tackle a topic that is going to get your blood boiling and spark a fierce debate: Aaron Judge's legacy. Our season is over, and with it, the big conversation about Judge being an all-time great Yankee has once again been put on pause by some analysts. The hot take making the rounds right now? Stop. Just stop. Aaron Judge is simply not an all-time great Yankee, and he won't be until he can lead the New York Yankees to the franchise's 28th World Series title. Now, before you lose your minds, this is the argument being made. Judge can hit all the home runs he wants, he can break records, and he can win Most Valuable Player Award after Most Valuable Player Award. But until he has a ring on his finger, he cannot be considered one of the greatest Yankees. Let's look at the numbers and the historical context. If Judge wins the Most Valuable Player Award this year, it will be his third in 4 years. That would put him in truly elite company, as only 3 other players, Joe DiMaggio, Yogi Berra, and Mickey Mantle, have won 3 Most Valuable Players in Yankees pinstripes. No one is denying that Judge is a great player. This year alone, he led the majors in batting average at 331, on-base percentage at 457, slugging percentage at 688, on-base plus slugging at 1.144, and wins above replacement at 9.7. He also clubbed 53 home runs, joining Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa as the only players with 4 50 home run seasons. Even if the Seattle Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh somehow wins the American League Most Valuable Player, everyone knows Judge is the best hitter on the planet and the best in the big leagues right now when it comes to the long ball. But here is the rub, according to the critics. Success in the Bronx is measured by World Series titles, not batting titles. Look at the historical Yankee legends. Babe Ruth won 4 Yankees World Series titles. Lou Gehrig won 6, Joe DiMaggio won 9, Yogi Berra won a record 10, and Mickey Mantle won 7. Judge? He currently has 0 rings. The argument goes that you can't put him ahead of anyone on that list, and we haven't even talked about Derek Jeter and Mariano Rivera, each of whom has 5 rings. Some are even saying Judge barely makes the list of Yankees' all-time great right fielders, as they don't want to overlook two-time most valuable player Roger Maris, who won a pair of titles in the Bronx. Don't get me wrong, if Judge stays healthy, 600 home runs will be well within his reach, and we shouldn't count out him one day surpassing his American League record of 62 home runs. He is a first-ballot Hall of Famer, even if he retired today. But for the Yankees organization, success isn't measured by plaques in Cooperstown. The ring is the thing. So, all rise? The critics say, case closed. What do you say, Yankees Nation? Is Judge already an all-time great, or does he absolutely need that World Series ring to join the Mount Rushmore of the greatest franchise in sports? Let us know in the comments. And that is going to do it for today's deep dive into the latest Yankees news. From Paul Goldschmidt's surprising 2026 playing plans and his incredible success against Southpaws to the fan demand for a clean sweep of Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone, and the intense debate about Aaron Judge's legendary status, it's clear there is never a dull moment in the Bronx. Make sure you hit that like button if you found these updates engaging, and don't forget to subscribe to the New York Yankees News Network so you are the first to know the second these stories develop. We will be tracking the Cashman and Boone decision very closely. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, go Yankees.